Grand Theft Auto the Definitive Edition is a complete mess. Can I please have my £55 back? Now this is definitely not my usual type of video, so I apologise to my usual viewers, and for any Rockstar fanboys, please pull the wool away from your eyes for just a few moments. I'm fully aware these games weren't advertised as remakes from the ground up, but more as enhanced versions with better graphics and gameplay upgrades. That's exactly all I was hoping for, and a playable game. I've not been the biggest fan of Rockstar for a number of years now. GTA 5 was great as a standalone game, and the online experience for the first year or two was great until it became a pay-to-win game. But that's another topic for another time. What I want to talk about in this video is the GTA Definitive Edition that recently went on sale. To say I was skeptical after seeing the trailer for this game is an understatement, but that's purely because I was comparing it to the state of how Rockstar have handled business over the past few years. But I thought I'd give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, how can you mess up these games considering how old they are now? And I'm sure I'm not the only one when I say they are considered childhood classics to a lot of people like myself. So I completely forgot what day it was coming out until I was on Twitter and seen someone mention it. I had nothing on that day and thought, why not? Paid my £55 pre-order on Xbox, pre-installed it and waited for the official launch time. At this point I already felt a kick in the balls because I noticed San Andreas was free with the Game Pass. Also got me thinking though, it must be good if they're willing to share their classic for free, so it restored a bit of faith. Anyway, I thought I'd start with GTA 3 and work my way through them. I kid you not, I got about 3 hours or so into GTA 3 and had to turn it off due to the horrible frame rates, audio being all over the place, and in general the controls being horrendous. I was already having a shit week as it was, and I thought it might have been my attitude, and I decided to take a break and have a look online. It was overwhelming, the amount of hate and negative criticism I was seeing for this trilogy. I thought I'd give San Andreas a shot, you know, the one that was free, that I had already paid for, and it was just as bad as GTA 3. How have Rockstar's standards got so low? To be honest, I don't even know who to blame at this point. I didn't see Grove Street Games being mentioned as developers in the trailer. You know, the same guys who ported this trilogy to mobile phones over a decade ago, which makes me wonder, is this just a port of the mobile games? The same bugs still exist, even more so than before. If I had known it was them beforehand, I definitely would have stuck to my guns and not purchased it. The release itself for this game got off to a rocky start, releasing earlier in France I believe before anywhere else. To be honest though, I'm not bothered by that. The only people I seen online annoyed by this was streamers. And still, even at the time of recording this, PC users can't even play even though they have pre-ordered already due to Rockstar's launcher being down. It's a complete shambles. However, luckily for PC users they have been given the option for a refund. Me on the other hand, I don't think I stand a chance. As soon as I turned the game off, I uninstalled it and quickly went to get a refund. Contacted Microsoft and got my refund declined. Then I had to speak with my bank who said they can't do anything until 14 days have passed, but advised me to try and contact Microsoft again, and if not, in 14 days I can open a dispute. So I managed to finally speak to someone on the phone at Microsoft and they told me to email the address that had already told me my refund had been denied. So I did, and guess what? I'm still waiting for a reply. What made me laugh in this situation was the guy on the phone at Microsoft had told me I wasn't the first person he had spoke to regarding a refund for this game. If nobody gets in touch, I'll have to open a dispute through my bank claiming it's fraud on their behalf because this is not the game I was advertised. Enhanced graphics? It's no better than what the modding community has been doing for years. The same people who Rockstar filed lawsuits against to get these mods removed from online. To add more salt to the wounds, Rockstar have removed this original trilogy from online stores, so the only way people can play these at one time I describe as classic games is through this bullshit mess they call the Definitive Edition. These games are full of bugs and glitches, and for the record, this is not my footage of various messes you are seeing. As I said, I couldn't play it any longer and deleted it straight away. I don't want to be part of the stats of active players to make them look good. They've already got my £55, so that's enough. But it's obscene how a game in this state can be released to the public at a price like that. Yeah, they can say it will be patched with updates, etc, but it's unacceptable. If I'm paying top dollar for a game, I want the full package in a playable state. have it working for release, then tweak little things that only a few users may have experienced, not the majority. Anybody who knows me knows that I have a sense of humour, and I know it's easy to laugh at bugs and glitches in a game, but when you're paying full whack and it's like this on day one, there's not really much to laugh at. I honestly hope a case is opened about this because it truly is false advertising and fraud. While I was playing the third game, I could barely see what was going on when it rained in the game. It was like it was some sort of a filter that would pop on the screen here and there when it pleased. Now I know the original was the same with how inconsistent it was with the rain, but at least I could see what was going on. What's enhanced about this? I had to tweak the audio settings because when characters were in the car, the volume for voices was way lower than the sound effects of the car and the volume of the music. And let me tell you, there was nothing enhanced about the sound quality for the dialogue. It sounded atrocious, almost like the sort of shit music you would download off the LimeWire back in the day. I'd be happy to hear it while playing the original because that's what's to be expected. In an enhanced version though, not so much. The frame rate too was shocking. Add the rain filter over that while driving in the dark, I felt like I was on a rocky boat. It honestly made me sick. The character models too are absolutely brutal to look at. I know they always had a cartoon feel to them, but I felt like GTA always pulled it off well in the sort of real life surroundings they were based in. As semi-acceptable as they were in the trailer, they look horrendous when you're actually experiencing it firsthand, really taking you out of the submersion of the game. It really makes sense now why the press weren't given copies of the game to review it in advance and why no gameplay was shown before release. Did they know it was really this bad? I think they did. As much as I am done with this, I really do hope there is light at the end of the tunnel. Some improvements were made, like having a weapon wheel so you don't have to manually scroll through each individual weapon to find the one you want. Also, the inclusion of a radio wheel was a nice touch too, so again, you don't have to scroll through manually to find the station you want to listen to. Those two nice touches don't justify £55 though, do they? All I want to know is, where is your pride, Rockstar? It used to be a good feeling purchasing a Rockstar game because you knew it was going to be a AAA title and one to remember. This was definitely the greatest chance you guys had to regain trust in someone like myself, but now you lot have hit rock bottom, and as a fan of the series for many years, you've lost me. All I ask is, can I please get my £55 back? Even donate to charity for all that I care. I just know there's better things that money could be used for.